Are we in? Okay, we're in. Good everyone. Um, I will take today to really teach you guys every single thing you need to know. A lot of you guys can hear me clearly because the mic is kind of far, but I'll do my best to be very audible. Okay. First of all, I want to use 2 minutes to tell you what virtual football is, and let's put it up this way. We all know virtual football is a kind of soccer that has been controlled by the computer. That means virtual football is a software. It's a software. It's been computerized. The match are cartoon-like, meaning the matches are like cartoon. If I increase the volume a bit, you'll be able to hear it. Let me see. Okay, the volume is not coming out. Okay, I muted it. We all are very familiar with virtual football. It's more like a computerized form of soccer. Now, just like every software has loopholes. If you go to Google now and you search for Windows 8 crack, Windows 7 crack, you're going to see pirated version. That is because every software has a loophole. Even my website has a loophole. But the real thing is, maybe I must have not seen the loophole. You must have had banks being hacked. This bank was hacked. This other bank was hacked. That's because there is a loophole. Now, most times these loopholes are being blocked. For instance, if you've been using, I don't know for you guys, but when I was coming up, we had this free browsing. Okay, most times we have MTN IP address, MTN proxy address. We have so many tricks we use to browse free. For instance, there was this time Simple Server was winning. I think that was years back. We were the first people who got to use Simple Server. Back then when we had no cash to get data. Data was very expensive. Now what I'm trying to let you know, that virtual football is a software, and like every software, it can be cracked, it can be hacked. However, once in a while, these loopholes or these cracked versions are being blocked. For instance, there's some antiviruses on the market you can buy that are pirated, that are not the original version. Now, when you get to use this antivirus for a very long time, one day you will log into the antivirus, you get to notice it has been blocked because you were using a pirated version. I think I must have made you understand that there is loopholes are being blocked, and virtual football is a computerized form of soccer. Now, the next most important thing I want to teach you guys is how to predict virtual football and how to win in virtual football. Now, the first most important thing I want you to know, you see these options. Let me open another bet site so you get to know it's the same thing on all platforms. Let's use Marybet. Now, what I want you guys to know is predicting home win, draw or lose, don't do it. In fact, do not predict any other thing apart from what I'm about to teach you now. Apart from what I'm about to teach you now, don't predict any other thing, and I'll tell you why I said so. Now, for instance, if you want to predict home win, draw or away win, it's very difficult. You could lose. That is because these options are being manipulated. Most times when you think this team is going to win, or this is going to draw, or this is going to lose, that is when they do the opposite. Now, every other thing here, first team to score, who will lead halftime, handicap, all these ones, let me tell you something, there are loopholes there. But I'm not really interested in discovering the loopholes, because so far so good. I got to notice you cannot really pursue home win, draw or win for a very long time. You will lose. I've tried it so many times. I'm not saying it's impossible, because someone else could do it, but I'm trying to tell you that from my years of experience, it's practically impossible. First team to score. It's practically impossible for you to predict every other thing. The only thing that is easy to predict is this over and under. Why is over and under predictable? Very simple. Now, what you get to notice, if you're talking about who will win involves home win, draw, away win. In other words, home, draw, away. How many options? 3 options. First team to score involves 3. Home, away, home, draw, away. How many options? 3 options. Who will lead first half? Home, away, draw. Can you see it? Now handicap: home, away, draw. Can you see? Correct score options are much, but watch for over. Over will only have over and under. Over and under. You can see every other section is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. These ones are many, but this has only 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And now the funny thing is, for every match that is being played, it could either be this or this. Either this or this. But yeah, it could be either this or this or this. Either this or this or this. Can you see? This is 3 options versus 2 options. Now, in the past years, I worked more over 1.5. In fact, I made millions from over 1.5. I made so much money from it. But I really got to notice that some of my loopholes that worked for over 1.5 actually worked also for over 2.5. And whenever it should be going under 1.5, it goes what? Under 2.5. So I said, okay, if I can always predict over 1.5, and I also know when the match is going under 1.5, that means the match will likely be going what? Under 2. So I created the indicator in such a way that if the indicator knows a particular match will be going under 1.5, the indicator will tell you to bet on what? Under 2. Why? The odd is big. Now, if the indicator knows this match will not be going under 1.5, it tells you over 2. So this video now is going to cover out every single thing you need to know. I told you it's going to be very long, so you're going to bear with me. But at the end of the video, you will learn every single thing you need to know about Victory Football. So now let me take you up to the most important thing, the betting strategy. Now, if you come to Victory Football and you just want to start betting, you will definitely lose everything you have. In fact, without a proper betting strategy, you cannot make anything, you cannot make any profit. So I'll teach you on the best betting strategy to use. Now, the first betting strategy I released was the Knockout betting strategy 1 and 2. Now, it involves getting 10% of your account. Now, you keep on using 10% continuously, whether you win, whether you lose. Now, the bad part of the strategy was you have to accumulate the games. That means if you're working on, let's say, over 2.5 and over 2.5, let's say this is it. The first strategy says you first use your 10%, and that's what you'll be using: 10%, 10%, 10%. Now the problem was, most times people could go 3 or 4 times without winning, and even when they win, they will recover their losses, but the profit is very small. And using the strategy, you were very guaranteed of winning, but the problem is, most times it will take you a whole week for you to double or even triple your money, and I felt it would be very stressful. So I sat down and I thought of ways to make it very easy, and that is where I got the latest strategy, which is even more better, more faster, and gives you more results. That is the strategy of getting 20% and piecing it into 4. What will happen is I'll get my notepad and I'll be teaching you guys 2 major strategies you can use to make proper profit. I will also teach you all on how to apply this strategy. Now, the first strategy is the 20% banger, and the second strategy is the 8 ways. First strategy, 20% banger. Second strategy, 8 ways. I will use my time now to explain the 2 strategies. After teaching you the strategies, I'll go next in teaching you on how you can get games and apply this strategy. So what is the 20% banger? Now, when I talk about 20% banger, it's very easy, but it's still very, very secure. In fact, with this strategy, you will have every reason to be very grateful. If you have watched some of my videos, there is this video I did online where I turned 2,000 to 16,000 in 4 days. The strategy I used was the 20% banger. So I'll be explaining how that strategy works. Now, the 20% banger, first, all you have to do is first get 20% of your account. So let us assume we have 10,000 naira. Now 20% of 10,000 is simply 10,000 times 0.2. So let's say somebody tells you what is the 20% of 10,000. What you simply have to do, you say 10,000 times 0.20. Okay, as long as there is a zero, any other thing here is percent. If I say 0.30, it means 30%. 0.40, it means 40%. 0.50 means 50%. So the first strategy, 20% banger, means get your capital and get 20% of your capital. So you say 10,000 times 0.20 is going to give you the 20% of 10,000. That's 2,000 naira. So 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. Now we have gotten the what? The 20% of our capital. So let me explain properly. Now this is our capital. Okay. Now after getting your capital, the next thing to do is to get 20% of your capital. So you're going to say 20% of what? Capital. Now to get 20% of capital, you say my capital times 0.20, which is what I taught you guys before. Now we calculated it and it gave us 2,000. Now this simply means 2,000 is our what? 2,000 is our 20%. Now from here henceforth, I will not teach you guys on the next step to take. We have gotten our 20%. Now it is now time to start betting. After getting your 20%, the next thing is to divide this 20% into 4 places. So we have gotten our 20%, which is 2,000. The next thing is to divide it into 4. There are 2 ways of doing this. You can simply say 20,000. You can simply say 2,000 times 4 divided by 4. Sorry. Let me come back again. You first get your capital, get 20% of your capital. To get 20% of your capital, you say my capital times 0.20. This is a strategy I use. It gives me millions. So if you understand it, you also make your millions. You say 20. You will say 20% of your capital, which is my capital times 0.20, which is 20%. Now, if for instance we have 10,000 naira, we say my capital 10,000 times 0.20 is 2,000, which is 20% of 10,000 is 2,000. Now the next thing to do is you get your 2,000, which is your capital, which is your 20%. You divide it into 4. Sorry if I'm confusing you. I'm trying my best to explain it the best way I can, because I'm tired of hearing people complain. I want everybody to start making profits. Get your capital, get 20% of your capital. 20% means capital times 0.20. Now divide the capital into 4. How do you do it? 2 ways. You can simply say my capital divided by 4, 500. Now this simply means 500, 500, 500, 500. You have divided your 20% into 4. And you can also say times 0.25. But what I will tell you to do, let's better use this one to avoid confusing people. I know lots of people are not good in maths. Before I'll go much into maths and they'll start getting more confused. You get your capital, you take 20% of your capital, that 20% divide it into 4 places. I hope it's very, very understandable. I get my capital, 20% of my capital, that 20% I divide it into 4 and I'll keep on using it. Some of you will ask me that, okay, are you sure I'll be able to make money? Yes, this is a strategy I use to double up every day. If you invest 1 million naira, you can double that 1 million naira every day. Now the most important thing is to build your capital. So I'll teach you everything you need to know on how to build your capital. I'm very happy you have understood your 20% banger. 20% banger means 20% of my capital. Then that 20% divided by 4. Okay, now you have learned the strategy. The next thing is, how do I start betting? You can't just come into virtual football and start betting your 20% banger. You will lose everything. So this is where the indicator comes in. Now with the indicator, you'll be able to get 4 games. The indicator gives you 4 games. It could be over 2.5, under 2.5. Now when the indicator gives you these 4 games, you have to use each line to bet on it. Okay, let's say for instance I go to virtual football, and on virtual football I log into the indicator. When I log into the indicator, what is happening? Let me log in. On virtual football I log into the indicator. When I log into the indicator, I click on start indicator. Now indicator has given me 4 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 games. So now what you simply do, you bet one game 500, second game 500, third game 500, fourth game 500. And once you're done with betting it, you can log out or you can follow up the game till the match elapses. I hope I've been able to make a point. Get 20% of your capital, divide that 20% into 4 and bet on it. Very simple. Very, very simple. Now the second strategy is called 8 ways. Now what 8 ways simply means is very simple. The first strategy says, Oga, get your capital, Oga, get 20% of your capital, divide it into 4. Why this one says divide your capital straight into 8 and bet on it. So let us assume we have 10,000, because we're running this test with 10,000. You could have 100,000, you could have 1,000. It doesn't matter. What matters is make sure you understand the concept. The first time I told you get your capital, do your capital times 0.20. That means 20% of your capital, which is the first one, the first strategy I taught you. Now this second strategy I'm teaching you, get your capital and say my capital divided by, no, if you say divided by, it's going to cause issue. My capital times 0.125. Yeah, my capital times 0.125. So let us assume we have like we did before, let's assume we have 10,000 naira. You say 10,000 times 0.125. Now this is your 8 ways. This simply means if you take this amount into 8 places, it's going to give you 10,000. So what you simply do, you say okay, 1,250, 1,250, 1,000 into 8 places. Now using that, you will not bet each of them with 1,250, 1,250, 1,250, 1,250. You come down 1,250, 1,250, 1,250, 1,250. I hope you guys have been able to understand it. Let me come back again. 1,000, 1,250. Okay, let me come back again. You first get your capital. You say your capital multiplied by 0.125. Now whatever you get is going to be into 8 places. So first place, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the moment you say my capital times 0.125, it automatically divides your capital into 8 places. So what you simply do, you have to use each of your places to bet on the game. Now the second question will be then, okay, which strategy should be the best? Should we use 20% banger or should we use 8 ways? Now let me answer that question. Now each of them gives you a very strong safety and a very strong return. However, the 20% banger is safer and it's even more slow. It's more slow. For instance, if you play 8 ways and you win 6 or even 7, you must have doubled up your capital. So if I have 10,000 naira and I play with 8 ways, I could get 21,000. If I win 6, I could get 18,000. If I win 5, I could get maybe 14,000. But if I'm using 20% banger, I will bet season upon season upon season upon season before I'll be able to double my money. So which of them is better? Now, one is very safe, but it takes time to make money. The other one is safe but not too safe, and it's faster to make money. In my own opinion, 20% banger is 100% secured. You won't go bankrupt, especially if you're using the indicator. but 8 ways is 90% secured, but there is still 10% chances of losing your profits, but what and losing your capital. But what I want you to know, if you're using 8 ways, you have high chances. You have high chances. If you want to turn 10,000 to 1 million in 1 week, you can use 8 ways. But for you to turn 10,000 to 1 million, 20% banger, it should take you like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So one of them will give you 1 million in 1 week, and the other one will give you 1 million in 2 weeks. The one that gives you 1 million in 1 week is a bit risky. The one that gives you 1 million in 3 weeks is more guaranteed. So I know you have learned on the two strategies, which is 8 ways and 20% banger. Now this is the indicator, and what other questions are you guys asking? Okay then, okay, how do we understand the chart? Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it comes down. Now virtual football is very dynamic, and in as much as it's very dynamic, is a computer process. When if you go online, or if you're a computer student, you're being told a program or a software is an application, or is a how do we define a software in computer class? We said a software is a computer is a computer what? Okay, a software or a program is a command given to a computer to follow certain instructions. So let's say if I say this is a software, it simply means this is a command that the computer should be following this step upon this step upon this step. For instance, when you switch on your computer, the moment you switch on your computer, the first step or first process is for the computer to boot the BIOS. The second step is for it to load Windows. That one go hard now. Let's talk about your phone. The moment you switch on your phone, the first thing you see is Samsung. The next thing you see is loading all the components, the ROM. The next thing you see, home screen. Now when you click on home screen, it loads menu. When you click on message, it loads messages. In other words, computer is a software is a command that given to a computer to follow certain instructions. Virtual football is a software. So virtual football has been given command to follow certain instructions. That means you see all these things, they are simply instructions that have been written to virtual football. For instance, if you go over 2.5 over 2.5 over 2.5 4 times, your performance is higher than 50, you go over 2.5. Let me teach you. Let's say for instance we go to our statistics, and on our statistics we go to head to head, and on head to head I will teach you now, you're going to see it. And on head to head we'll just pick up any team. Now listen, this is under 2.5, under 2, under 2, under 2, under 2. Bad news. But now watch, if this was under 2, under 2, under 2 4 times, and the performance here is higher than 50, bet over 2.5. Why? Because if they go under 2.5 4 times and they are playing a game, and one of them has a performance above 50, it goes over 2.5. These are command, these are process virtual football follows. However, most times they amend this process. If they get to notice people has noticed anything, because they have an artificial intelligence, so once they notice people are using this trend, they do the opposite. Now you have learned it, but some of you will be asking me, okay, most times you teach us something, it stops working. Yes, it stops working. It's not like it has stopped working, but it stopped working for a particular season. Now let's say, let me teach you something. Over 2 over under 2 under 2 under 2 under 2, how many? 1 2 3 4. This is 4 under 2. Now no, is it 4? 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4 under 2. Now when someone comes, the person is going to be like, oh, they've gone under 2.5 4 times, this means they will go over. Now when millions of people are betting on something, virtual football does the opposite. I don't know if you can hear me. There are series of loopholes. Loopholes are always working. Loopholes will always be working. But the problem is when people are betting on it, people spoil it. Let me explain properly. Let me explain properly. Let's assume I want to take my time to teach you guys, so at the end of this video you'll be a guru. You'll be able to understand how virtual football works. But how many minutes is this? Okay, 24 minutes. I will stop this video here and I'm going to release a part 2. I want to be taking the video bit by bit. So the part 2 is going to be teaching you what I just said not too long, which is under 2. When the performance is high, bet over 2. But there are situations where people will be betting over. If large number of people are betting over, it goes under. So when do people bet over? Simple. It's simply by checking the cast pattern. You must have heard me talk about cast pattern. For instance, if you see this is over. They've been going over. Can you see it? And now if they're going over, that means all the fans of Rome, or every fan, as long as you're a fan of Rome has been scoring over, you'll be like, wow, Rome is going to score over. And now Rome has been playing with Ankara. They've been playing with Ankara for a very long time and have been going under. That means it's going to go over. But if you had think that way, you would have lost. So I'm going to teach you on how to think properly. Are you there? I will teach you on how to think, how to trade, how to use your signals. These things are very, very important. Oslo is going down. They're scoring Oslo. But if you go and check the next match Oslo will, let me teach you, let me show you live now, so you'll be able to see it. Oh, God of mercy. Let me show you live. I want to show you if Oslo has been going down. You can see the Oslo is currently topping. Let's look for somebody that is going down. Let's say this is Amsterdam is draw. This is Rome is draw. This is Edinburgh. Okay, Edinburgh is conceding 2-1. Now what you simply do, since Edinburgh is already conceding 2-1, I will simply predict what the next match will play. So you watch me as I predict it. First of all, let me get our statistics, because I cannot be switching from one tab to another tab. So let's paste and go. Now the next thing to do is let's look for who Edinburgh. They're beating Edinburgh 4-1. Watch. Edinburgh had a red arrow. Now, since Edinburgh had a red arrow, you check the number of arrows they've had in the past. You'll be able to determine if it will go over 2.5 or if it will go under 2.5. So Edinburgh is playing with 18s. Look at it. Edinburgh is playing with 18s. Now let's go and predict it. The first thing to do is go to Edinburgh. No, 18s is home. No, who is at home? Who is at home? I think Edinburgh. Is it Edinburgh? Who is at home? Okay, Edinburgh is home. 18s is away. So Edinburgh is home. 18s is away. Now this is it. Okay, now let's predict. First of all, you must have noticed I told you if they've been going under 2.5, check the performance. If the performance is above 50, bet over 2.5. Now, but you can see that the performance here is below 50. Now the next question is that, okay, will this match go over 2.5 or will it go under 2.5? It's going to go over 2.5, and this is why, because all the fans of 18 has been seeing 0-1, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0. That's what they've been saying. The fans of Edinburgh has been seeing 0-0, 0-1. But since they've been playing 0-1, 0-1, 0-0, 0-0, everybody will start betting on under 3.5. Why? Because 18 has been going under and Edinburgh started going under. So millions of people will play under. But what should you do as a wise man, since this game has been going under, and this one has started playing under, and they've been playing under, and everybody will be thinking it's under, bet over. Now watch, that game is going to play over. I predicted it before the match started, right? Now watch. I will teach you every single logic you need to know. Every single thing you need to know. Watch, it's going to play over. Why? because under, the normal human being will be betting under, and virtual football will go over. I know it's very very confusing, but I will teach you. Let me first of all watch the first 2 goals. After the first 2 goals, I will tell you how it works, but it's going to be on a new video. On the next video, I will take my time. I will teach you all these things, how they get to do it. You see it now. It's the same thing with Merrybet. For those of us using Merrybet, it's the same thing everywhere. Virtual football is the same thing. Merrybet, Bet Naija, all of them are all the same thing. So anything I'm teaching you now, if you don't get to understand it, okay, for instance, this is the game in Merrybet. This is the game in okay, offside. If you come here, it's still the same thing. So this game is going to go over 1.5. Why is it going to go over 1.5? Because under is over. It's very very confusing, but as time goes on, you will learn. The only thing you will do for me, sacrifice your data. Some of you are very very stingy. You don't want to waste your data. You see it? Can you see it live? Some of you are like, Danokek, is he real? Is this guy a scammer? You can see my face. I'm not a scammer. I'm a wise guy. That's why I keep on coming online. I keep on teaching you guys. The only thing is, some of you, when you lose 1, you lose 2, you start calling me names. Instead of you to get close to me, you have seen somebody who is making millions from virtual football. Get close to this person. Learn something from this person and make money. Instead, when you lose, you call me names. You see it? Why? Because under. Okay, let me explain. This is under. Okay, wait. Under. 3 under, 2 over. Under. 4 under, 1 over. Under. 3 under, 1 over. This one has 4 under 2.5. This one has 3 under 2.5. Here has 3 under 2.5. 3 under 2.5 over 5. 3 under 2.5 over 5. 4 under 2.5 over 5. The match is going to play over 2.5. Why? Because the number of under is bigger than the over. So if under is big, the company has to go over. I hope you guys are following me up. 3-1. If I had known, I would have played it. It's a normal thing. I can always play it, but do you know it? So the next video will be teaching you guys on how to use your arrow, your green arrow, your red arrow. And remember the strategy I taught you guys, the 8 ways and the 8 ways stroke the 20% banger. Every one of you, I promise you, you're going to make your first 1 million with me. If you have not made 1 million, I swear that you make it with me. I will teach you every single thing you need to know. This thing is like a software, just the way we have fake Windows 7, pirated version, virtual football. 3-2, under, 4 under, 3 under, 4 over 5 under, 3 over 5 under, 3 over 5 under. Under is bigger than over, so the match plays over. But be very very careful. Be very very careful. Most times they manipulate it. So the next video, I will teach you 3 things. I will teach you the red and the green. I will teach you on how you know when they manipulate it. Sometimes you just come, this match is very 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 short. Like the former match you played, the second match. That second match you saw under. Okay, let me show you that game. That second match was Rome, Ankara and Rome. You saw the way the match played. Ankara and Rome played okay, now watch. Under. 5 under. Still they went under. Do you know why? Because so many people was betting on this match over 2.5. How do you know when people are betting over 2.5? The next video is going to show you. But before this video runs down, I don't know if you should play some song, but I feel like jamming up now. But the next video is going to teach you. I will teach you on, I call this thing demotion. It's called demotion. When a team is going down, it's demotion. When it's going up, it's promotion. I will teach you the psychological part of virtual football. What are people playing? If people are betting under, you go over. If people are going over, you go under. And I'll also teach you on when it happens. It doesn't happen every time. before you say, and then okay, you say under, I bet under, now I'm in debt. No, all these things has process. Now go and get a book, go and get a pen. The next video will be coming up soon. When that video comes up, you understand why it's like that. So I'm going to be stopping this video here. Thank you all. For those of you who are asking how true is it, I make 1 million a day. I make 1 million a day. Most times I make 1.5, 2 million from all those things. It's very simple. I use so many strategies. So I want you all to make 1 million. Now imagine 5,000 people making 1 million a day. Do you know what that will make me? Dangote dey learn work we are dey now. Dangote should be learning work. Imagine a day I'm making like 20 billion. It's possible. So if you guys don't become rich, I will never be rich. Do you think I'm okay with making 1 million? I want to start making 1 billion. So I will teach you what you need to know to make that 1 million so I can get richer. The next video will be teaching you guys on what to do. I'm going to be stopping this video now.